Good morning! Thank you so much for joining me in today's video where I will be showing you how to crochet a cute little no-sew Jigglypuff. Here is one of the Jigglypuffs I have made, and in this video I will also be showing you how to embroider the Jigglypuff's eyes. And like I said, it's no-sew and super easy and quick to make, so without further ado, let me go over the materials you'll be needing to make this Jigglypuff. So for the colors, you'll want a very light pink for the body, blue for the eyes, white for the eyes, and black to embroider the mouth. So you can use any yarn you would like. I use the Big Twist Posh. For materials, you will need a crochet hook, sewing needle, scissors, stitch marker, and some polyfill stuffing. For the Big Twist Posh, I use a 5.5mm hook. Now let's go ahead and get started on making the Jigglypuff. So first you'll want to make a magic ring. And then you'll want to place 6 single crochets in the magic ring. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then you'll just pull that tail to close that ring. Then for round 2, you will make increases all the way around. So in that first stitch, make a single crochet and then mark that with your stitch marker. Then make another single crochet in the same stitch to make an increase, and repeat that all the way around. 1, 2 in the same stitch. And you can still pull that tail to close it a bit tighter if you need to. So now for round 3, we will make 1 single crochet, 1 increase all the way around. So there's my first single crochet, mark that. Then an increase. And repeat, 1 single crochet. Increase. Alright, and then for rounds 4 and 5, you'll make 1 single crochet all the way around. So just 1 single crochet in each stitch all the way around. Alright, and now for round 6, we will be adding the baubles for the arms. So you'll make 4 single crochets to start. So there's my first one. My second single crochet, 3, and 4. And now we will add a bauble. So for the bauble, you'll yarn over, insert into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through the first 2, and then you'll want to yarn over and then insert again, grab that loop, yarn over, pull through 2, repeat again until you have 5 loops on your hook. Now that we have the 5 loops, we can just yarn over and pull through all of those loops. And now we'll just make 8 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then we'll repeat the same for this bobble. Yarn over, insert, pull through the first 2, repeat. Yarn over, pull through all 5 loops on your hook. Then just make 4 single crochets. So there are the arms. Now for round 7, we will just make single crochets all the way around. And now for round 8, we will add the feet, but it'll also be a decrease round. And I use invisible decreases. So first start off with 1 single crochet. Mark that. Then make a decrease. And for invisible decreases, you just use the front loops of the stitches. So you pull up the front loop of the first stitch, then front loop of the next, yarn over, pull through those 2, yarn over, pull through the 2, and there is your invisible decrease. And then you'll do that one more time, just 1 single crochet, then an invisible decrease, go through the front loop of the 2 stitches, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. Now we will add a bobble. Same as the others, yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through just the first 2, then repeat. Then pull through all 5 loops on your hook. And now we will make a decrease. Then single crochet, then decrease, and now we'll make a bobble. Then make a decrease. Single crochet, decrease. And there are the feet. Now you can take a chance to stuff your Jigglypuff. And then for the final round, we will just be making invisible decreases all the way around. There's my first one. All right, and then you can just pull that tail a little bit, leave enough to sew the bottom closed. And then of course, if you need to stuff it a bit more, you can. I like to make my Jigglypuff nice and plump. So now we can sew the bottom closed. So you'll take your sewing needle and thread that yarn through. And then using the front loops of all of the stitches, you'll just sew them closed. Pull it nice and tight. Then just weave that tail through. Then using my scissors, I just stick that back in. So there is our Jigglypuff body. So now we need to add the accessories and the eyes and all that fun stuff. I like to add the eyes now so that way the curl and stuff doesn't get in the way. So grabbing the blue yarn for the eyes, you'll put that onto your sewing needle. And I embroider my eyes on to rounds 4 and 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This is where we'll be embroidering the eye on. So what I do is I just, a couple stitches over, I'll insert the blue. So in through this stitch and this stitch, that is where we'll be embroidering the eye. So I go up through and I pull through a good amount of yarn, a really nice long tail, and then go down into this bottom stitch and just kind of keep wrapping it around. I don't do it too tightly. And to achieve a round look, you'll just keep repeating that. So I'll go back through again multiple times. And you can use your finger to position where you want it to go. Like I said, just keep repeating that into the same stitches. And here I can kind of go over to this side now to round it out more. Not too bad. I'll probably go over maybe 1 or 2 more times. I think I'll go over on this side now. So there you can see it's pretty round, and since I'm happy with it, now I'll just go back through and meet up with this other tail that I inserted. So now you can just tie those together. Then using your scissors, just cut and then stuff that into the body. And now you'll want to grab your white yarn. So here I have the white yarn, put that onto the needle. Same thing, you'll insert at a couple stitches away, and then I like to go through the top and bring through a decent tail, and then you'll want to go through the bottom. And then back through to the top. And like I said, you can use your fingers or thumb to guide it. So now we got that white at the end, and then we'll make that little white shiny part. So back through the top, you'll go through the middle, back through to the top. And you don't have to pull too tightly. If you want to go back through, you can. I'll go back through and then meet out with this other tail. And then you can tie those ends together. Then cut. And stuff it back in. So there is one of the eyes, and now we'll just repeat that to the other side. So grabbing your blue again, we'll go a couple stitches over. So it looks like there's 1, 2, 3. This is the next stitch we'll be coming out through. So once again, you'll stick the yarn through on one side, bring it out to that stitch, pull through a good amount of yarn, and then find the bottom stitch. And then once again, you'll just be weaving through multiple times, so going out through that top again. And you don't need to pull too tightly. And then just keep repeating that. Make sure you're always coming through the same stitch, or else it'll look a little bit wonky. Here, I'll go over to the other end now. I'm seeing a bit of pink popping through here, so I'll go over the middle one more time. So I think the blue is looking pretty good. Then I'll just meet back with the other tail. Then we can tie it. Cut it and stick it into the body. Then you'll want to grab the white again. Same thing where you just stick it in through one side, up through the top where you were sewing that blue. Leave a decent tail. Then you'll go into the bottom, right back out through the top. Then through the middle here, out back through the top again. And then I'll do it one more time, and then meet out with that tail. Once again, using your fingers as a nice little guide. You'll want to tie this off. Then stick that through. It's normal for your stuffing to want to poke through where you were sewing, so you can just pull some of that off. So there we have the eyes. It looks kind of weird right now, but we're not done. If you want to add the mouth, you can. So you can grab a black acrylic is what I use. Using the black acrylic, just insert in between the eyes and bring it out to the bottom of the left eye. Then just pull through. Then you'll want to reinsert under the next eye, bringing it to meet with the beginning tail and just pulling that not too tightly. Now with the ends, you can just go ahead and tie them together. Like I said, not terribly tightly. Then just cut. Then stick that back into the body. And then using my sewing needle, I'll just pull it out a little bit. And there we have the little smile. Now we will work on the ears and the curl. So now for the ears, we will be attaching yarn just a couple spaces away from the eye. There's 1 stitch, 2 stitch, 3 stitches away from the eyeball. So what you'll do is you'll just insert your hook, and this is between round 3 and 4. And then you'll want to grab your pink yarn for the body and wrap that over and pull through. Then you'll make 3 chains. 1, 2, 3. In that second chain, you'll make a half double crochet, so yarn over, insert into that second chain, yarn over, pull through, then pull through all 3 loops on your hook. Then make a double crochet in the next chain, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through just the 2 loops, and then pull through the next 2. And then you'll want to insert your hook between round 1 and 2, right here, almost meeting towards the front of the head. Then you'll yarn over, pull through, and make a slip stitch. So there you can see the ear. And then you'll want to cut your yarn, leaving a decent tail. Because you can see there's a little bit of a gap between the head. You'll use this to kind of tack it down. So going back into that stitch where we made the slip stitch, kind of towards the middle of the bottom of the ear, pull that and then just kind of insert through to the front and then down into the head and out through another part of the body. Then with this tail that we attached with, we'll just bring it out to meet that other tail. And then we can tie those ends. cut the yarn and stuff it into the head. So there we have our first ear, and now we need to repeat that for the second ear. So for the second ear, you'll do the same thing. There's the third stitch away, and then you'll just insert your hook. 1, 2, 3, and 4 between rounds 3 and 4. Then put that yarn on your hook and pull it through, making 3 chains. Make a half double crochet in the second chain, then a double crochet in the third chain. Then between 1 and 2, insert your hook through to the front, then make a slip stitch, pull up some yarn and cut it, pulling that through. Then using that to make sure the ear stays down, so back through to the bottom of the ear, just sew that through. Then bring it out to the back side. Then with that other tail, meet up with the back side tail. Then tie and cut. So there we have the ears, and now we just need to add the curl and we are done. So to add the curl, you will stick your hook through between round 1 and 2 and place that yarn on your hook, bringing it through, making a chain of 5. Then in that second chain, you'll make an increase. And then continue to make increases throughout the rest. So 3 more increases. Here's my last increase. There you can see it started to curl. Then you can just pull up that yarn and cut just a small tail. Inserting where we attached out to the back. Then with that yarn tail that we used to attach, bring that through to meet that other one. Then just tie those. And now you have a cute little Jigglypuff. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and crocheting a Jigglypuff with me. I hope yours comes out adorably, and if you made one, make sure to tag me and let me see how it turned out. Hopefully I was helpful with how to embroider eyeballs. If you haven't yet, please subscribe so you can get notified when I upload next and stay up to date on all of my crochet goodness. I can't wait to see you in the next video. Bye!